accept it. If there's one thing that Ghanaians can relate with, well, it's queuing. Queuing for trot, we can accept it. We adjust, we survive. In fact, if queuing was an Olympic sport, we would win gold. But one thing we can't accept, it's queuing to swap your MTN SIM. Yeah, swap your MTN SIM yourself in minutes. Visit the My MTN app or dial *1333# to get this done ASAP. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who'll be the last person, you know? Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go. The joy of every parent is seeing their child cheerful and hearty. To nurture this joy, it is essential to provide children with fruits and beverages which are rich in nutrients and multivitamins that can support their growth and well-being. Now, one of said nutritious beverage choices is Vitamilk Soy Milk Drink, made from natural soybeans. Yeah, Vitamilk is a good source of plant protein, vitamin B1 and B2. Vitamilk has no artificial coloring, no artificial flavorings, and no preservatives. Just wholesome natural goodness in every sip. For over 20 years, Vitamilk has earned the trust and loyalty of Ghanaian families through its unwavering commitment to quality, great taste, and its consistent product integrity. And that's why it remains my family's favorite choice. Yeah, Vitamilk also comes in 5 exciting variants. Regular soy milk drink, Vitamilk Energy, a multi-cereal blend with no caffeine, Vitamilk Choco, Vitamilk Banana, and Vitamilk Strawberry. Yeah, Vitamilk comes in a 250 ml pack, perfect for youngsters, alongside a 1 liter Tetra pack for family sharing. So, wherever you are and whatever the occasion, Vitamilk brings on that nutritious, delicious, and satisfying vibe anywhere, anytime. This ad is FDA approved. So, we'll get into our drive title with our drive doctor very shortly. Stay tuned in.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mr. Insurance claim no. It
has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
No. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Imagine a place where every child's laughter becomes a song.
A place where we can learn from animals, play and just be happy with mommy and daddy.
A place where hearts grow together. That place is Safari Eco Park. Here, amusement is the joy that unites us all.
Mommy, I can see the emus all the way up here on the canopy wall.
Careful, dear. There is more fun to be had.
This is my new friend. Her name is Stripey, and the wildebeest is Sandy.
Hi, Stripey and Sandy.
With so much amusement like targets and obstacle games, ant caves, fantasy rides, and a vast range of wildlife.
What is this place?
This is an aviary, home to over 400 of the most vibrant birds in the world. The biggest aviary in West Africa.
Wow, the biggest?
Yes, and guess what? Open your palm.
Daddy, look, they are eating from my palm.
That's amazing.
I want to stay at Safari Eco Park. I don't want to go back to Ghana.
But honey, Safari Eco Park is in Ghana.
What?
How much did all of this cost, honey?
350 Ghana cedis for you and I, 250 for teenagers, 150 for kids, and absolutely free for children under 6.
We should have brought the kids here sooner.
I know.
Safari Eco Park is only 1 hour drive from Accra. It's unforgettable.
Hello, Ohima. Etiseng.
Ayo.
Na edahin.
Me kwatade.
Edie bensa.
Krachi. Obesuja na se obehwem kwem.
Oh, na se jane de wo so eden ankwan de obehwem kakra.
Anyway, me kope vitamin B de ajojo makon.
What a coincidence. Me say no na me koto, no na me no.
Hey bra, wait dear wo boa.
Oh, ahon fe minti mi ntwa wontro.
Se wara.
Vitamilk no emu de he pa na we ni je.
Me pe Vitamilk banana any choco because I'm black and proud.
Hey, interesting. Me dey me a regular guy, oh. So wow. So, wow. I can see we have something in common. Ohima, yanko try a Vitamilk connection. Would you bomb a canametia? And you be a sequine down. Aha, Namuni Bribi. Vitamilk Difufrobia Becambusian and why your friend of Vitamilk Strawberry. Vitamilk feels good anywhere, anytime. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
Malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Hey. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How we go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you.
Okay.
She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablet and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
That's right. Time for our drive chat with the Drive Doctor, Dr. Yaw Osafo, CEO of Medicas Hospital. And he's here in the studio. Hello, Doc. Good to see you. How you doing?
Lexis Bill.
Yes,
my
and as
favorite
always,
voice on radio.
You're the man. Thanks a lot for coming along with our eye doctor. So, Dr. Wisdom Bediako. Wheezy. Oh, nobody calls you Wheezy.
How do you know I'm being called Wheezy?
Oh, they call you Wheezy.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a brother also called Wheezy. So,
I see.
Wisdom Nuokbo. We call him Wheezy. So,
mine is come and chop fight.
Oh, sir. Yes, of course.
Come and chop fight.
Anyway, welcome, guys. Good to see you again. I'm so excited that we get to talk a bit more about eyes and eye care. In the past couple of weeks, we've been looking at the eye and we've been looking at all the conditions that affect the eye. And today, we actually delve a little deeper. Doc, right?
Yes, and good afternoon to all our listeners. It's been good. The past 2 weeks, we have been talking about eyesight. And as much as every organ, tissue is very important, Kwame, I'll give anything to be able to see when I'm 100 years old.
And just for the record, it's a trick question.
It's a trick.
Yes.
And I heard the way Danny was saying that he will not be allowed to be trapped. I pleaded the fifth.
I hear you.
I'm not allowed to be trapped.
That's okay.
So today we're going to take a deep dive into what not necessarily a disease per se or group of disorders per se, but impaired function of a part of the eye.
Okay.
And these we call refractive errors. Refractive errors. So I would invite Wisdom to come in, and then take us, through today's conversation about refractive errors.
Well, what exactly are we referring to? I'm still trying to figure out what refractive errors are.
All right, don't worry. Just stay put. I'm going to take you through.
Okay, Doc.
So thank you very much for having me like this. Good afternoon to all our listeners too. Yeah, so we are going to talk about refractive errors. Okay, so what is refractive error? Yeah, so it's a vision problem that occurs as a result of poor bending of light onto the retina, which is the back of the eye. So ordinarily, when light falls on the front part of the eye, so that is the front part of the eye, it bends. It's called cornea. In the last few weeks, we spoke about it. So light enters through the cornea, and then it bends onto the lens. The lens refines the image, and it further projected onto the retina. So for you to have a clearer vision, light is supposed to fall exactly on the retina. So if it falls before the retina, you have an issue.
Oh, okay.
That's what we call short-sightedness. If it falls behind the retina, you have an issue. That's a long-sightedness. And sometimes the image gets scattered. That is what we call astigmatism. So I'm going to walk you through each of these. Yeah, so
but maybe before you get into the exact details of it, what's the scale of the problem? What is the scale of the problem when it comes to refractive errors? You've talked to us about this, but is it a big problem worldwide?
Yeah, it's a big problem. And beyond that, I'm going to share some key facts with you.
Okay.
So I'm going to read them to you. So this is from WHO, World Health Organization. So it says, point 1, it says, nearly every adult 40 years and above develops a form of refractive error requiring reading glasses.
Hey.
Yes. So
suspect. I feel I see a life. We are about to enjoy life. No, mode problems.
Biggest scam of the century.
The life begins at 40.
One of problems. And so
I'm sure they meant the life problems.
Now I silent. Right. Please.
Yeah, so point number 2. It says economic loss as a result of refractive error has been estimated by WHO at over $350 billion annually.
Okay.
Wow.
So that makes it a very serious.
Wow. Yes, and Lexis, if you think about it, once you have any of these refractive errors, you have a problem with you have what we call vision impairment.
Mm-hmm.
And globally, the refractive errors, which are a group of disorders, account for or are the leading cause of impaired vision, and then also the second leading cause of blindness. So if your vision is impaired, then you're not going to be able to work.
Or even work for long.
So most of the time, if your work demands for you are a bricklayer, you are a mason, you are a tiler, you are a writer. So this is how the economic losses happen. That over the period, you are not able to execute, your work well, and therefore there are huge economic losses. There are also academic challenges as well, because you cannot see properly, and therefore learning becomes a problem, and then the person seems to have a certain kind of disability. Another important statistic that I want to share is that only about 36% of people with distant vision impairment, due to a refractive error, have access to appropriate spectacles. I found this thing very, very shocking. Just a third of people have access to spectacles. Those who have the refractive error. So there are huge gaps. And then if you look at low-income countries, particularly in Africa, then 70% of people with refractive errors cannot access needed glasses. In Africa, then that number climbs to 70%.
That's crazy.
So that is crazy.
Okay, so let's get into the different errors. You mentioned myopia, astigmatism. It's not astigmatism.
Yeah, it's correct.
That's one.
Yeah, so
hyperopia.
Correct.
Wait, is there hypermetropia?
It's the same as hyperopia.
I remember myopia and hypermetropia from I think primary or JSS.
Yes. School, Papa.
Oh, no, maybe Presec primary, Presec JSS,
That's right.
Presec SSS.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
University crack. I'm called Presec.
Right. So share with us the different types.
Yeah. So first, I want to talk about some of the symptoms it comes with it. So we have headaches, blurred vision, and digital eye strain. Those are some of the symptoms.
Okay.
So straightforward, we'll go through the types. So myopia occurs when distant objects appear blurry, but when it's closer, you see it very clear. So usually when it happens like that, I earlier mentioned the image doesn't fall at the back of the eye. It falls in front.
Okay.
So this is the back of the eye, okay? For you to see clearly the image or whatever you are looking at, it has to fall here.
Yeah.
Then the nerves will, continue from there. So it's usually attributed to a longer eyeball. So longer eyeball here, it doesn't mean we need apotry. No, it doesn't mean you have longer eyeball. You have to come to the clinic so that we assess. We will be able to tell whether you have longer eyeballs or not. And also this cornea again, okay? In our last 2 episodes, we talked about the 2 main refracting surfaces. We have the cornea and then the lens. So this same cornea, it's appearing a bit curved here, okay? So when it's more curved than it's supposed to be, okay, more like falling, more like a parabola, yes. So if it's more curved than flat, you have issues.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are some of the things that account for myopia. So the image doesn't fall on the retina, it falls in front.
Okay.
And when it happens like that, you have issues with vision. Yes, so we'll move on to hyperopia. So with hyperopia, you have issues with sight and sometimes with reading as well. So that's one way you can easily tell whether your issue is hyperopia or myopia or whatsoever. Yes, so at distance is blurry. When it's close to is blurry. So with hyperopia, they have a smaller eyeball. Okay, so the image ends up forming behind the retina, behind the back of the eye.
Okay.
So when it happens like that, vision becomes blurry.
Okay.
And when it comes to the relationship with the cornea, you notice that the cornea appears flatter than it's supposed to be. Nobody has a perfect cornea.
Okay.
However, it should fall within. Yes. So, and then we have astigmatism. That is where multiple images are formed at the back of the eye. So the eye kind of gets confused. Is it blue? Is it white? That kind of thing. So it causes some sort of distortion. So with this one, some of the images can form behind, others can form in front. You see how complicated it becomes.
Okay.
Yes. Have you ever entered an eye clinic where an eye test is being done for you? You'll be asked to wear the glasses and then move around, check if the floor appears crumpled or steep, and so on and so forth. That one, when we do that, when we tell you that, we want to know if you are comfortable because there's an astigmatism there. So usually when there's astigmatism, that's when we tell you have to walk around. We need to be sure that you are okay. It doesn't work. You don't walk like someone who is drunk. Yeah. So we'll move on to.
It's kind of have symptoms of that because I know some man who went to drink alcohol and was advising his son. He said, because you see, alcohol is not good. See those 2 men coming. If you drink alcohol, you see them as first. But that is only one person coming. He's been astigmatized.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So we'll move on to presbyopia. So that one has something to do with aging. Last time, one of our listeners sent you a message. Now when it's close, I can see. Opoman here is going through the same thing. But, I'm sure he's in the denial stage. Very soon, you see him in glasses.
But I'm resisting.
So that's the presbyopia.
Presbyopia. Reading challenges when you are over 40. Okay. It's in line with the key fact I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So
when I saw the word, I thought it was presbyopia, but
yeah, no, it's the same thing. Now, how person can it be?
And your moon through.
Yeah, so we spoke about the lens some other time that it refines images. Okay, it's involved in a process called accommodation. So when you get to that age, the lens loses its flexibility. So it's not able to further refine the image well. You notice that you have to take the reading material further away from yourself before you can read. So that is presbyopia. So these are the 4 main refractive errors affecting the eye.
You talked about people over 40 at risk, but beyond that, is there anything that puts anybody at risk of developing any of these errors?
Yes, there are certain eye conditions that can lead to that. The process of seeing has something to do with the cornea, the pupil. So if this refractive error I'm talking about, all these things being in good shape, these are the things that can occur. So you can have kids having reading challenges. You notice that they are having some congenital or pathological issues. So all those things can set in and then affect how you can see.
Okay. Are there certain lifestyle or attitudinal stuff that can affect your eye for you to have these refractive errors?
Oh yes, there are. So let's say there's doom so. Okay, you have a lot of work to do. You need to work on some documents and so on. So there's doom so. What do you do? I want to find out from you
what I do.
Yes, when there's doom so in the evening. You have certain things that you need to do. You have documents that you need or write up that you need to do, and then all of a sudden
yes, one of those kerosene lamps.
Bobo.
Oh, yes. So
I have
you
bobo.
see, you have
so
bobo.
I just go and buy kerosene.
Aha. So yes. So when you do that, you are forcing the eye to overwork. You understand? So it will lead to slowly, it will start developing some sort of errors in the eye. Yes.
So when it's dark and you're trying to...
Exactly. Dim light or dim circumstances where you try to still read when it is dark. So unfortunately, the situation we have with our power, very unstable. You've got a lot of work to do. People will turn on their phones.
Yeah.
People will light a candle and still try to read. If you do that for prolonged periods, it does that. And another thing too is age, which you can do much about. Another risk factor is age, which tends to put older people at risk and younger people are not at risk. So these are the 2 main issues.
I feel so sad for a lot of the young people in communities where they don't have lights, and they have to light a lamp or something to learn and all of that.
Exactly.
They are exposing themselves to this kind of risk as well.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, how can this condition be treated?
Oh yeah, it can be treated. You need a comprehensive eye examination, including taking history. Is there any blindness? Does anybody in the family wear glasses and so on? So at the end of the day, we perform a test called refraction. So we are talking about refractive error. So we do refraction to know the type of lens that you need, and we end up prescribing a pair of spectacles for you. Those who don't want spectacles, we assess whether they are good candidates of laser surgery. Okay, we can also use contact lens. We can also employ the use of contact lens, depending on the amount of error that we are seeing.
Okay, good stuff. Look, next week we're going to have an open clinic on these conditions, but of course we've received a lot of messages and questions that I'd want to field some so that if you can speak to them before we go. Mina in Rome, Italy says, good evening, Dr. and Lexis. One day I felt like there was sand on my eye, but actually there wasn't. I went to bed in the morning and in the morning it wasn't there anymore. So I wanted to know what it could be.
Yes, so then again, you need a comprehensive eye examination because a lot of things can manifest that way. So, last time I was talking about pain. When you say menia, okay, there are a lot of things that are at play. You can have an infection. You can have, also the eye tries to heal itself. So it may happen that there was a foreign body or an infection, but then because of your strong immune system, the eye tries to clear everything.
Okay.
So it may happen that it went on its own, but you still need a comprehensive eye examination. That's the only way we can.
MFA says, I'm 47 and my eyes have started showing symptoms of the presbyopia and I'm refusing to go for spectacles. Can that cause other problems later?
Yes. Somebody just hacked my phone. I think this message is coming from my phone.
You're in the same soup.
Really? Yeah, so the eye operates like a camera, okay? Now the lens is weak, it's not able to adjust the image. So such person, I'm sure they try to pull it away to get a finer image.
Yeah.
When you do that for a long time, you are stressing the muscles in the eye. There are so many muscles in the eye that contributes to our seeing. Right. So when you do that, you are stressing the muscles. I won't advise that person to MFA to stay home. Please do come for a comprehensive.
Please advise the man sitting by you as well. He's in the same Presby group.
Very soon. Probably the next time you see him, he'll be in his,
but shades the Oshensu. Guy shades EB. Hey!
Ministru, you have a bonatnas here.
When the spectacles will be open, you have officially joined the father group. We are home, so your papa you will be.
Sue says, good afternoon, Lexis and our doctors. Is it possible one can have two or more of these effects? Because I think I'm experiencing two.
Okay, yeah, so I didn't want to go into that, but I mean, you have it here. So you can have that. We have hyperopia with astigmatism.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can have that. You can have myopia with astigmatism. They go like that. So those things are bound to happen.
Okay. Can have presbyopia with singing band.
Yes, and on top of all this, you can still have presbyopia. So hyperopia, astigmatism, presbyopia, 3 in 1. God the Father, the Son.
And for women's fellowship.
Okay, well, finally, any advice for the general public on refractive errors and where to get help?
Right. So, Kwame, the most important thing I want to leave with us is that vision impairment caused by refractive errors is correctable. And it's not one of those things where you need big interventions. Spectacles. The economic cost, the academic cost, and then the social interference also is very, very high. I can just imagine the number of accidents that happen on our roads because of that. And therefore, everybody should get their eyes checked. The refractometer or the refractive test, it can be done at Medicas Hospital. So call us, number 10 Kincho Street, walk through, and then get your eyes checked.
Great. What's the number to call?
0501 477 340. 0501 477 340.
Dr. Yaw Osafo is the CEO of Medicas Hospital and eye doctor, optometrist, and Okoto. Dr. Wisdom Mediaco, thank you so much, Weezy. In regards to Comfort Riley.
All right.
Yes,
that's my other sister.
Yes. Comfort Riley, Foku. Regards going out to you. Thank you so much. I will see you next week.
All right, sure.
Yeah. Stay tuned in. Gemma is here. Hi, Gemma. How are you?
Hi.